Okay, we've got Tom Brady and
On the phone?
Deflategate.
Hey, Tom.
And now we have Shaquille O'Neal with Deflategate. Shaquille O'Neal the other day admitted that when he was a player, he actually had a needle at his disposal and would check out game balls, and he would take air out of the ball if he felt the ball was too pressurized, was too bouncy. Here's what he said. Sometimes in the games during all my championship runs, if a ball was too hard, I'd let the air out. I'd have a needle. A friend of mine would have a needle, and I would get the game ball. I needed that extra grip, but I wasn't doing that for cheating purposes. I just needed the extra grip for my hands so I could palm it a la Michael Jordan, the way he used to palm it. Get the ball, let a little bit of air out, squeeze it. Okay, good. You know what struck me on this one? He's got hands like shovels. I mean, he could probably fit a beach ball, one of those big beach balls you see floating around the stands, in his hands. Why would he need to let the air out of a basketball? I don't understand that.
Prove his free throw shooting.
Yeah, right. That worked well.
Do you know
that,
who couldn't?
That was so crazy to hear.
If I give you a player, and it amazes you who couldn't palm a basketball, will you give me $1 back?
No.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'm going to guess who you're going to say.
Who?
Larry Bird.
No.
Who?
Artis Gilmore.
Really?
Was
7'2".
Yeah. Could not palm a basketball.
Huh.
When I was in high school, we would let the air out of the ball so we could palm it and dunk it. I believe that was common among lousy players like me.
You know, Phil Jackson admits that when he was a player with the New York Knicks in the late 60s, they would let the air out of the ball sometimes. They didn't want the ball to bounce too far off the rim, a missed shot, to go too far away from the rim, because the Knicks were a small team, but they boxed out really well, and they wanted the ball to stay around the rim. So this has been going on for a long time in the NBA.
You know what was the worst court in the NBA
Boston.
forever? Boston Garden.
Yeah.
Had dead spots all in it. And the Celtics liked that because they knew where the live spots were, and the other teams didn't. And so they could run in an area where they knew it was live, and the opposing team would go boom, and it wouldn't bounce back light. So they had a home court advantage that very few people knew about.
Yeah, they knew where all the dead spots were.
Or where the dead bodies were, too.
Yeah.
No,
wasn't Jimmy Hoffa buried underneath one corner of that floor?
No, that's Meadowlands.
I was kidding.
When they pulled up the Meadowlands and put in the new stadium, they actually looked for Jimmy Hoffa's body, and they didn't find it.
Still can't find it.
Yeah.
That segment sponsored by the Celtic Tavern, the official sponsor of the Colorado Rapids soccer team. The Celtic will put you on a bus and take you to every Colorado Rapids home game, and you can tailgate for 2 hours before kickoff with everybody else on the bus.
Kickoff?
It's just 2 blocks west of Coors Field on Blake Street. It's the Celtic Tavern.